All right, welcome. Thank you for joining me for the Back to School Essentials class. I'm Sarah Joseph, and I help empower people, parents, couples, and professionals with tangible tools that build connection, increase joy, and create ease while strengthening relationships. Tonight, we're talking about back to school essentials. And this year, more than ever, I feel like parents and kids need some extra support as we gear up to return to school, whatever that might look like this year, whether that's in person, online, distance learning, or at home. So my goal tonight is just to share some tools and some tips with you to make this transition a bit smoother and hopefully a positive one. So I wanted to start with just telling you a little bit about me. Again, I'm Sarah Joseph, and I have two kids, Zola and Parker. They are 8 and 11, going to school and going into grades 4 and 6. It's craziness. I am a family therapist, social worker by trade. I'm an author of the book called The Animals in My Brain, a kid's guide to understanding and controlling their behavior. I live on the Sunshine Coast of British Columbia in Canada, and I have been using essential oils for the past 5 years, doTERRA essential oils, and I don't know how I survived without them. They have become a staple in our household, a tangible tool that we use for just about every challenge that comes our way. And I feel empowered for having them in my house. So I'm excited to share some of the ways that we have been using these tools to support ourselves through COVID, through emotional ups and downs, and preparing to return to school. So essential oils are natural. They're highly concentrated compounds found in the roots, the bark, seeds, flowers, and leaves of plants. And they're all natural. doTERRA is 100% pure essential oils. And we can't say that about every essential oil company. So there's no real regulating body for essential oils. We know that the only law regulating essential oils is a labeling law. And that labeling law only states that you have to have 5% of pure essential oil in a bottle in order to label that bottle pure essential oil. So to me, that's just not good enough. And I want to make sure that when I'm using essential oils for myself, for my family, with my clients, that they are 100% pure, that I know they're safe and I know they're high quality. They're going to be therapeutic grade. So the oils, they come from plants. They are all natural. We don't need to mess up with Mother Nature, right? She is perfect just the way she is. And that's what doTERRA believes as well. So essential oils, they are part of nature and they help protect plants, and they have many benefits for us. So there's 3 ways that you can use essential oils. The first is to diffuse, and this is one of the fastest ways to use it aromatically, is to get the essential oil into your olfactory. So bringing it in through your nose, right? So just smelling it basically aromatically. And you can do that by inhaling it, by diffusing it, by just having it on your skin and smelling it, by using diffusing jewelry. And when you do that, what you're doing is you're getting the scent into your olfactory. It goes right into the emotional seat of your brain, and it's one of the quickest ways that we can change mood. But diffusing also helps us to eliminate airborne pathogens and help with our respiratory systems, support our respiratory systems, and helps just make things smell good, right? Topically, we can use essential oils, and that's just applying them directly to our skin or to Yeah, just directly onto our skin. And when we do that, we like, especially with kids, we like to use a carrier oil. And the reason for this is because essential oils are volatile compounds, and what that means is that they simply evaporate very quickly once they hit the air. So when you put it onto your skin, they start evaporating off your skin, right? When we use a carrier oil, we're trapping the volatile compounds onto our skin, and we're helping them penetrate the skin layers. When we do that, we get more of the therapeutic benefits, and we don't become a diffuser for other people. Now, using a carrier oil, such as fractionated coconut oil, helps to dilute them because they are very powerful. You don't need very much to do the job. 1 or 2 drops is usually all you need. And so the dilution helps to spread it out in a certain area. Let's say, for instance, your back was aching. You could use a couple of drops of an essential oil to help support your aching back. And when you did that, 1 or 2 drops isn't going to spread very far. So when we add a carrier oil like fractionated coconut oil, we're able to spread it a lot further and therefore get more coverage. So it will get more coverage, help trap the oil onto your skin so it can absorb into your skin. And then also it will just save your money and help reduce any kind of skin sensitivity that might happen from certain oils that your skin is sensitive to, or certain oils that are warmer, such as cinnamon, that might just feel too hot if it's not diluted. The third way we can use essential oils is internally. So you can add a drop of an essential oil, and I wouldn't recommend this for all essential oils, but many of doTERRA's essential oils are safe for internal use. You can add them to a veggie capsule, you can add them into water, put it directly under your tongue, or you can even add it into baking or smoothies. Yeah, and that's a great way to get some of the internal benefits from the essential oils as well. So essential oils can help us with soothing occasional skin irritations like rashes, bee stings, mosquito bites, all of that. It can help promote healthy digestion, right? Tummy aches are a big thing for kids. They happen often, and sometimes they are physical and sometimes they are emotional. But either way, we have essential oils that can help support tummy aches. They really support a healthy immune function, which helps our immune system respond well, quickly to any kind of germs that might have been introduced to our bodies. It helps us recover fast when we do catch something like the cold or flu. I think the essential oils are very calming and can promote a restful sleep by helping us calm down, by helping us stay asleep, by helping us breathe easier while we're asleep, by reducing the noise and our chatter in our brains of the to-do list that we need to complete the next day, and even by helping rid kids of night fears, terrors, and nightmares. Yeah. There's so many things that essential oils can do for us and help us support our bodies, our minds, and our emotions. Some of the emotional benefits of essential oils, I can't even begin. I noted a few here on the screen, but I have found that essential oils are really quick acting for switching a mood. It's kind of like a light switch goes off or turns on, whatever way you want to say it. And what's happening is the essential oils are entering into that emotional part of your brain, right? They go into your olfactory and they hit the emotional part of your brain and the amygdala, and they're able to really switch the mood and help us feel more calm or more energized, feel comforted or soothed, feel invigorated or uplifted. And stop a meltdown in its tracks. It's quite amazing to see and feel the effects of essential oils on your emotions. So again, I'll mention that we choose doTERRA essential oils because they are pure, 100% pure. because they are beyond organic. They are plants that are grown and harvested in their natural habitat, and that there are rigorous third-party testing. So we know that they are free from fillers, they're 100% pure, they're safe, they're good quality, therapeutic quality. But also because doTERRA is an ethical and heart-driven company, and they offer ongoing education. When you purchase doTERRA essential oils from a doTERRA wellness advocate like myself, you don't only get the oils, you get us. You get the education that doTERRA offers, and you get the education that the doTERRA wellness advocates offer, as well as support to make sure that you're using the essential oils that you bought. First of all, you're not spending money on something that you're not using. Secondly, that you know how to safely use them and how to get the most benefits from them. So as we're entering into the school year, I thought that it would be helpful to review a little bit about how the brain works, because as I'm talking about the essential oils tonight, I wanted to be able to give you some parenting tools as well, or some tools for the classroom that might be able to help ease this transition. So I wanted to talk about a little bit about how the brain works, and I thought that I would share with you this poster from my website that you can download for free at sarahjoseph.ca. This is part of the book, The Animals in My Brain. And what I think it's really helpful to have a common language. So you can download this poster and you can share it with your children. And on my YouTube channel, there is a video of me reading the Animals in My Brain book. If you don't have a copy, you could share that video and watch it with your child, and learn more about this. So we'll start with the amygdala, which is Derik the Guard Dog. And he is the part of our brain who is in charge of warning us about danger and helping us act fast to stay out of danger, stop getting hurt, right? Now, Derik will alert Anthony the ape, our fight, fright, or freeze response, when he thinks that there's something dangerous happening. Now, Derik, just like any good guard dog, he's going to take in everything that's going on around him. So he looks to the environment, right? And he also looks to how he's feeling, what's he sensing, right? And what's he hearing, smelling, feeling, learning, seeing, all of those things. He's taking it all in, and he's deciding if that information is safe or if it's dangerous, if it might hurt him in some way or hurt us in some way. If he feels like it is safe, then he lets it go up to the higher levels of the brain, where Elsa the Elephant, which is our hippocampus, lives, and she helps us learn and remember and recall. She's very important for the classroom, for being in school, if we're intending for kids to learn and remember and be able to recall for tests. And then he also lets information come up to the wise old owl, which is our prefrontal cortex. And the wise old owl is in charge of reasoning and logic, problem solving, language, and impulse control. So when the guard dog, Derik the Guard Dog, and Anthony the ape decide that something is not safe, what happens is they set off the alarm bell, and Anthony the ape comes out, and he scares away Elsa the elephant and the wise old owl. So now we do not have access to the parts of our brain that we need for learning or remembering or solving problems, right? Reason or logic, gone. That part of the brain is hiding away from us. And so when Anthony the ape is in charge, we often do and say things that get us into trouble. Things don't often go so well. So this is really helpful information, and it's really empowering for kids to know this, because when they hear their guard dog barking, right, which happens a lot, because Derik the Guard Dog is more like a puppy. He doesn't really understand what's really dangerous and what's just something that's frustrating or annoying or intimidating. that's all he knows, right? Oops, sorry. So when he feels that way, he just responds in the same way as he would if your child had just run into the street and you were trying to save them, right? That would be a very dangerous situation. But Derik the Guard Dog will respond the same exact way, even if it's just your child's whining, mommy, mommy, mommy. Or if your child is there, the siblings are fighting, they might be acting like they're in serious danger, and Anthony, the ape, might be taking control of their brains. So you can see that knowing this, we can use some tools and some language to help us when Anthony, the ape, has come out and is in charge of the brain, or when we feel the guard dog starting to get upset, right? We know that it's time to take a break, because you cannot teach a lesson, you cannot learn, you cannot solve a problem or correct behavior when the wise old owl and the Elsa the elephant are offline. When they are hiding because Anthony the ape and Derik the guard dog are out, you can't really do anything except for help that child calm down and feel safe and get their wise old owl back on their perch. So the other thing I wanted to mention before we got into talking about whales was our window of tolerance. Our window of tolerance is really our ability to cope with stress. And so as you're starting to feel the guard dog barking, that stress and your ability to cope with it may be disappearing, right? Your window is closing. And what happens is we respond in a couple different ways. So, some people move into the fight response, right? And they might be moving into that distress response. And some people move into more of a freeze response, right? With the delayed reactions and shutting down. But no matter which way you're moving, you're still moving outside of that optimal window of functioning. And so we want to keep kids in that window of functioning. We want to keep adults in that window of functioning as well. And the best way to do that is to take a break when you feel your guard dog barking. When you wait too long, right, and you get to the very ends of the spectrum, Anthony the ape is out, and it's much harder to recover from that. So we want to start learning what does it feel like in our bodies? What is our mind saying to us? What are we thinking? What's our self-talk? When we are in this be careful zone, so we can take a break right then before we get to these extreme distress zones. It's much easier to recover then. So when we're opening our window, and I just want to mention too, that this window of tolerance, the more stress we have in our lives, the smaller our window of tolerance is. And also some children, some adults, some people in general, right, have a smaller window of tolerance to begin with because they have experienced trauma, they have learning disabilities, they have anxiety, the list goes on, right? So sometimes you have a wide window of tolerance because you have really good self-care, you've had good attachment relationships in your life, you maintain that really good self-care, and so your window is nice and wide when you wake up, right? And that means that you can handle quite a bit of stress before you start feeling like you're going to lose it. Now, some people wake up and their window is closed, almost shut already, and they can handle very little bits of triggers, little bit of stress before they blow. And now, if we're thinking about what's happening right now in the world with COVID, most of our windows have been reduced, and that's normal, right? So it's normal to have a smaller window of tolerance right now than you maybe had before COVID started. And we can expect that the window of tolerance for kids is going to shrink again a little bit once we return to school, just because it's a big transition, right? And because we have, it's a change. And there's a lot of anxiety around returning to school for parents and for kids and for teachers. So kids are soaking up all of our emotions around this transition. And I'm sure that they'll be acting in that out, right? They act out their emotions. So some of the ways that we can help keep our window open is by doing self-care. And so we can use some frankincense and some yarrow palm and some grapefruit for this. Frankincense is a great one for helping us kind of release old stuck patterns and old stuck emotions. And yarrow palm really helps us tune into our safety and helps us feel safe. And grapefruit is really good for tuning into our bodies and what's going on. What does our body need right now? Now, sleep is a really big factor for having an open window. And we know this because when we go traveling and our kids don't sleep well, we're not probably traveling too much right now, but when we go traveling on vacation, family vacation or something, right? And the kids don't sleep well, or because it's summer and it's hot out and the kids don't sleep well, they wake up and they're grouchy and their patience is thin and they don't have a lot of tolerance, right? So we know that sleep is really important for helping them have that larger window of tolerance. And so we can help them by using some oils to support their sleep. This is the cedarwood, juniper berry, and wild orange is one of my favorite diffuser blends for helping support children. Cedarwood is super calming and grounding. It's very relaxing. It's a bit of a sedative. And then juniper berry is really helpful for any kind of fears, nightmares, night terrors, that anxiety of separation from parents around bedtime. And wild orange is very relaxing to the body, but very uplifting to the mood and the mind. This is a wonderful blend. Just put equal parts into a diffuser to help kids sleep through the night, and yourself too. Doing some yoga. I love the Cosmic Kids Yoga. If you haven't seen that on YouTube, those are great little practices for kids. They really enjoy them, and it's really relatable because they use a lot of the kids' shows and movies as themes for their yoga practices. And diffusing or using sandalwood to help quiet the mind is really helpful. Vetiver is really grounding, and grapefruit really helps us tune in with our bodies. So those are great oils to use while you're doing some yoga. And then of course, eating right. Eating right is going to help us feel good, fuel our bodies, and using your supplements is going to help you feel more grounded and more stable, help your immunity. And we have the kids supplements and the adult supplements, right? They all help us feel our best and like we can get through this together. This is a great little tolerance diffuser blend here. It's 1 drop patchouli, 3 drops grapefruit, 4 drops black spruce. Black spruce is a lovely one, a lovely oil for helping us feel like we can weather the storm. So that's a great one for helping you open your window. Okay, so I wanted to quickly talk about probiotics. doTERRA has a lovely probiotic that's really effective, one for kids and one for adults, called PB Assist. Gut health is really crucial to our emotional wellness and our physical wellness, right? It affects how we think, how we feel, how we process information, and our energy levels. It's also, our gut health is really crucial for immunity. A lot of our antibodies are created in our guts, and often when we have low gut health or not great gut health, we see a lot more illness happening physically. The other thing that is really important to know is that like 98% of our serotonin levels is created by our gut. So if we have low gut health, we often see low mood. So if you're feeling like like you could use a boost in any of those things, I suggest trying the PB Assist. PB Assist Junior comes in these awesome satchels, which is strawberry melon flavored, and my kids love them. They're like those sugar straws that we used to get as kids. Super fun to eat, tastes really yummy. And it's super easy to throw into lunch boxes. I love them. My kids often come home and ask me if I can send extras with them the next day because their friends want to try them. And the probiotic for adults, again, is one of the best on the market because both the adult and the child has a prebiotic and a probiotic in it, and they have double encapsulated the probiotic. The reason for this is because probiotics, we need them to get into the gut. That's your intestines. We don't need them in the stomach. But what happens is when we take a probiotic, like a probiotic in yogurt, right? You're not actually getting very much probiotic from yogurt, because what happens is when it gets into your stomach acid actually eats the live probiotic. So they're destroyed before they get into the gut where you need them. What doTERRA has done brilliantly is to double encapsulate those probiotics. So they have a prebiotic, that's what feeds the probiotic to keep it alive. And then it is double encapsulated so it doesn't get eaten by your stomach acid, but it actually gets into your intestines, into your gut, so that it can actually do its job where it's supposed to be. It's a brilliant system, and I swear one of the best probiotics on the market today. Overall health for kids is going to be really important this year. I know that we're all kind of concerned about them being exposed to, all the things that are out there. And I want to make sure that my kids have a good overall health base, so that their immune systems are stronger to fight anything that they might come across. Taking the A to Z chewable tablets is great. They are also natural watermelon flavored, and kids can chew on those. They taste pretty good, and they have a lot of the things that we need kids to have, and adults too, in order to maintain a healthy immune system. Right? Our food chain has changed a lot over the years, and foods aren't what they used to be. Have you seen the food pyramid lately? It has changed dramatically since when we were kids. I think that when we were kids, it was like 4 to 6 servings of fruit and vegetables a day, and now it's something like 13. And I don't know about you, but me and my kids do not eat 13 servings of fruits and vegetables a day. And even if the reason for that is because the food chain has changed so much. If you wanted to get the same nutrition that your grandfather got from an orange, you would need to eat 8 oranges. So, things have changed, food has changed dramatically, but our bodies still need certain vitamins and minerals, and, the basics to function properly. So when we're not getting that, our immune systems are compromised and we're not as healthy. Our brains don't work as well. We're not able to think as clearly, absorb information as clearly. We're not able to maintain our emotional control as much as we might if we're feeling better, if we had a good emotional base, a good foundation for our overall health. And so taking these supplements can really help provide that foundation. The other oils that I wanted to mention for overall health are frankincense. Frankincense, again, is a really great one for helping us get unstuck from certain patterns, from certain emotions, but it also helps our cells function normally. And what that means is that it helps our cells recognize when there is a abnormality in our cells and helps our body strike an attack against that abnormality. So basically what it does is it helps our immune system and our cells recognize when cells are not functioning as they should be, so that they can eliminate those cells from our body and reproduce healthy cells. Now, this is an important thing when we're talking about immunity and when we're talking about good health foundation. What happens often, because there's so much toxins in the stuff that we put on our bodies, in the environment, in the stuff that we eat, that our cells get kind of bogged down in all those toxins and sometimes don't recognize when a healthy cell is starting to mutate into a not healthy cell, or when there's new things introduced to our system that shouldn't be there. And then they don't, that our cells aren't able to respond in an appropriate way. So frankincense helps them respond in an appropriate way. And also eating properly and reducing your toxic load will help with that as well, right? Now, when we are faced with going into a school and being exposed to a bigger circle of people, I will be using the Stronger blend with my children. Stronger is the protective blend, and it's a really great way to help boost immunity and help them stay strong and healthy all year round. It's a lovely blend of cedarwood, litsea, frankincense, and rose. Which is an amazing blend. Smells like divine, but also is amazing for protecting and helping they're protecting all of us and helping our immunity stay strong. So I like to use this roller blend up and down the spine. I was told by a nurse once upon a time that viruses, flus, bacteria, they like to hide out in the spinal column. So we apply this directly to our spines. Rescuer is the other blend that's here, and that's a really great one for is a soothing blend. It's really great for aches and pains, and we love it for growing pains. But it can also work for headaches, for any kind of overused muscles or tension in the body. So there is also the IQ Omega. This is our omega-3 supplement, and it's really, omegas are really great for helping to promote our immune systems and our nervous systems and support healthy function of the brain. doTERRA's omega-3 supplement is flavored with our wild orange essential oil, so it tastes like orange, and kids will take it just because it doesn't taste like fish. Figure that. So I also like to put this, it's something that you can throw into smoothies or make pancakes with. Yeah, it's a great alternative to the other omega-3 supplements on the market today. Now, as we're moving into the classrooms, I was thinking that the kids collection of essential oils is a great one. And I wanted to just mention how you can use them with the animals in the brain. So the Wise Old Owl, the Calmer blend, is a great one for helping keep kids calm and focused, helping them listen and to communicate clearly and to think clearly. It's a great it's a nice oil for sleep as well, and for just getting, helping them get into the right space, not to be too hyper or overactive when they're trying to learn. So we enjoy using Calmer when we're trying to settle into a thinking mode, or settle into, later at night to help sleep. It's great for stress and anxious feelings, which we may have a lot of as we're returning to school, if we're going in person. And it's really good for like irritability as well. So it would be helpful for tantrums or frustration or anything like that. Okay, so the Thinker blend, I have this as a blend that we can use for Elsa the Elephant, because it's going to help us stay focused. This is the kids focus blend. So it's great for that overactive brain, or to help us have more focus and concentration. It's also great for feeling overwhelmed or overthinking. And that happens a lot for kids when they're feeling a bit anxious or afraid. It's really great for stress and feeling ungrounded or feeling nervous or anxious. It's good as well if we hit like the afternoon slump and we need to keep on learning. And it's good for kids who might be struggling with ADHD or hyperactivity, ADD, that sort of thing, to help them focus and concentrate more. I also have a little diffuser blend here called the Focus Blend, and I've put 2 drops lemon, 2 drops peppermint, and 1 drop spikenard here. That's a great blend for study time in your house. I've said that here I have a slide that shows the Brave blend with Derik the Guard Dog. And I chose that because, often when we're feeling a bit afraid or scared, that is when our guard dog starts growling, getting upset. So this Brave is a really lovely oil to give us more confidence and also help us feel less afraid or scared. It's great for kids when they're feeling overwhelmed or confused, which happens a lot when Derik the Guard Dog is out, right? If they're feeling tired or weary, you've got some tears and they're feeling discouraged, then Brave is a really great oil for helping them feel more confident and more in control of what's going on. If they're feeling nervous or agitated, Brave is a great one for helping them step into that confidence. Here again is one of my favorite diffuser blends for nighttime with the vetiver, equal parts vetiver, cedarwood, wild orange, and juniper berry. Mix those together. Best sleep of your life. Okay, the steadying blend, this is our grounding blend from the children's collection, is a great one for Anthony the Ape. So when we move out, when we move into that fight or flight response, Anthony the Ape is out, right? And sometimes things aren't going so well. So steady is going to help when we have kids who are out of control, uncooperative, overstimulated, just really moody, tantrumy, angry, frustrated, all of that stuff, like grief, sadness, disappointed, all of the big emotions that are going on. Steady is going to be the one to help steady them, ground them, calm them, help them return back to that balanced state. I love this blend. I use it all the time myself too, because it's really helpful when you're just feeling moody, when you're feeling moody, right? When you have some big emotions happening, this is a great blend to help steady us and ground us, make us feel calm. So let me see. I wanted to talk a little bit about some tools that you could also use for helping kids as they're returning to school. One of them is calling a pause. So now, when we get into that Anthony the Ape is out or Derik the Guard Dog is barking, we really need to take a break to help calm down, because as I said, there's no learning happening. You can't teach a child anything at that stage. You can't solve the problem or correct behavior. The only thing that you can do is to take a break to help them calm down, feel soothed, and get their wise old owl back on its perch. And so a pause, what I like to call it, is basically, it's an opportunity for anyone who's feeling emotionally overwhelmed to call a pause and just take a break in order to help themselves or each other feel better. And it doesn't have to take a lot of time, right? It just needs to take a little bit of time, so we can take some nice big belly breaths maybe get the support of a friend or a teacher or a parent to help the child feel safe and calmer. So again, you could use your steadying blend for this. A couple of other oils that might be helpful are cypress or petitgrain. Cypress is a wonderful one for letting go of control and helping us step out of those power struggles. So cypress might be a really good one for anybody homeschooling or trying to encourage their child to get schoolwork done on distance learning. Cypress will help us feel more flexible in our thoughts, allowing us to see more possible solutions, and helping us just kind of step out of it for a few minutes and take that pause to help calm down. So another tool that I thought would be really helpful is empathy. Empathy is really the ability for us to understand and to share feelings of another. So helping them, the other person, feel seen and heard. There's going to be a lot of emotions going on around this return to school. Kids have been out of school, it seems like forever. And I think that as the uncertainty for us parents of what's happening and how we're going to handle this, and kids absorbing that uncertainty, there's going to be some big emotions. And so for us to be able to take pauses and allow some grace and understanding around the emotions that are coming up, and to have some oils in our back pocket to help us support ourselves and our children is going to be really helpful. Empathy is really just our ability to name an emotion that somebody else is feeling. We want to tap into the experience, the feeling behind the experience, not just the experience, right? So saying things like, you seem frustrated, you look scared, you sound worried, or you are happy. You can empathize with that, with positive feelings as well. You are mad. It really helps communicate that you understand what's going on for the other person, right? Often when people are feeling overwhelmed by emotion, they need somebody to recognize what that emotion is for them, especially children who don't often know what they're feeling or why they're feeling it. So when we're able to name it, we're able to help tame that feeling. And what it does in your brain is it connects the emotional side of your brain to the intellectual side of your brain. And when you do that, when you connect those two sides, you get this nice calming effect down your nervous system, helping us feel calm and come back to grounded. So a good oil for aiding in empathy is lavender. It helps with calming emotions by helping us feel seen and heard. It also helps calm the nervous system and encourages communication. So again, when we're upset, we really need, what we're really asking for is for somebody to recognize us, somebody to witness us, somebody to understand us, right? And there's no greater feeling than when we feel understood. So when we feel seen and heard, we often feel understood. And that helps us feel good. All right, so empathy, it's really good after we regulate. So after we're calm, using empathy can help us continue to calm down and make sense of our feelings. Often that's, if you're trying to empathize with somebody who's really elevated, you're going to have to repeat because they can't really hear you. So focusing on getting them calm first and then using your empathy to continue the calming, right? We first have to get out of the fight, flight, or freeze response before we can really hear what's happening. The third thing is, if we can focus on solutions together, then we can feel more empowered that we have the ability to solve problems. When we, focusing on solutions is really the decision to look at misbehavior as an opportunity to learn by problem solving together. When we use discipline, punitive discipline, when children are having a hard time, it really shuts down the opportunity to learn. So when we focus on solutions, we're looking at what we can teach them, what they can learn from this, so that next time they have more tools in their toolbox for handling situations that might come up that are similar. A great oil for this is lemon. It really helps us stay focused and on the task at hand, which is finding a solution. And magnolia as well helps us have compassion and view the situation as a problem instead of a punishable offense. So both kids and adults can use those oils to help them around problem solving. And when we're looking at focusing on a situation, really what we're trying to do is identify the problem. And so often kids will come to us with a problem and they'll start whining and telling us and complaining. And often what happens with adults is and teachers and parents alike is we jump to solving the problem for kids. And we do that because first, we hate to hear them suffer, right? We don't want them to be upset. We want to help fix things so that everybody's happy again. And the second reason is sometimes it feels like it's going to take a lot of time to allow them to fix things themselves or figure things out themselves. And we're busy as adults, and so we want to speed up this process and get them to a solution quickly. But when we do that, what we're really doing is robbing them of an opportunity to learn and robbing them from an opportunity to connect. So we're robbing them of an opportunity to see how capable they are of solving some of their own problems. So when we focus on solutions, we're taking out the blame, shame, and punishment, and we're also not taking on other people's emotions or other people's problems. So it's good for us and it's good for them. So what we want to do is we want to identify the problem. Sometimes there really isn't a problem. Sometimes kids just want to be heard. Sometimes they just want to be understood. So a first step to this could be simply asking, do you need me to help solve this problem? Or do you just want me to know? Do you want me to listen or do you want me to help? Right? Asking something like that can really help identify what your role should be in this conversation. And kids can be really good at telling you what they need when we give them the words to do that. So first, ask that question. And then if there is a problem that needs help solving, then identify what the problem is. And then second step would be to brainstorm for solutions together. And then pick one that's going to work for everybody, that's respectful, reasonable, related, and helpful. And then try the solution. And then you can evaluate it together. So say, go try that out and let me know how it goes. And when they come back and they say that didn't work, then you can start over again and pick something different. So after we regulate, after we help them calm down, right, when they're feeling upset, we can empathize, and the wise old adult should be back on their perch by then, and then we can focus on finding a solution together. Okay. When we're focusing on solutions, we can use a diffuser blend, which is equal parts lemon, cedarwood, and clary sage. The lemon is going to help us focus. Cedarwood is going to help us feel connected and like we're working on this together and we're calm and grounded. And the clary sage is going to open up our mind to see more possibilities, see all the different options we have for solving this problem. Okay. So I wanted to offer you a free guide that includes those steps. If you would like to download a free copy, you can go to my website, sarahjoseph.ca, and I have a free guide that's a little ebook download called 3 Steps to Calming an Upset Child, and it has oils and tips, parenting tips, all in there for you, and it's free for you to download. I also wanted to mention that today, on August 17th of 2020, we have a Back to Cool promo going on with doTERRA, where if you purchase the children's collection, you will get a Serenity for free. The Serenity isn't one that I talked about, but I really love Serenity for helping with sleep, anxiety, fear, anger, irritability, hyperactivity, and it comes in a touch roller. So the whole kids collection is in these touch rollers, which means they're already pre-diluted and you can just simply roll them on. And it comes with a great little carrying case for them and instructional flashcards. And if you purchase one today, then you will get the Serenity Touch as well. Now, there's also a promo for the Stronger in a diffuser bottle that comes with a diffuser, the Brevi diffuser, kids diffuser, which has never been available before. So it's very exciting to see that the Stronger is in a diffuser blend, and we can purchase it today. I already got mine. I don't know about you, but I was very excited to have that to diffuse throughout our house this season, this back to school season. And the diffuser is great. It would be perfect for a kid's room. It has the color that changes color, and you can turn that light on or off, and it will diffuse and cover probably about 400 to 500 square feet of space. And you can put all different types of blends in there, or single oils to diffuse throughout your child's space. Now, when we talk about getting started with doTERRA, there's a few different ways that you can purchase oils. You can purchase them retail, or you could get a wholesale membership. The wholesale membership is $42 in Canada or $35 in the US, and that includes 1 year of 25% off retail prices. And there's no other obligations or catches with that. It's kind of like a Costco card. You pay for your discount, then you get the discount for the year, and no obligations to buy or to sell or anything like that. You decide if you want to use your discount after your first purchase. The other way to get started is to get an enrollment kit. And here is an enrollment kit that I think is quite great, the Healthy Start enrollment kit. It comes with the top 10 oils plus a diffuser, and they're in 5 milliliter bottles. And that's about 85 drops per bottle, which will be a great way to get started. And as you can see here, there's 10 different oils in the kit, and they have so many uses, that, it's a whole nother class. But it's also a great way to get started. So there's several different starter kits that doTERRA has, and when you order a starter kit, you get your membership, your wholesale membership, for free. It's included in your starter kit. And so it's a great way that also, because you're ordering a kit, you're ordering a collection, you end up saving money. There's a further discount than the 25% off because you're kind of buying in bulk. So they give you a further discount there. So the starter kits is a great way to get started because it's the most money saving way to get started with doTERRA. And again, there's no obligation to buy or to sell when you start with a starter kit either. Okay, so if you have any questions, I would love to hear from you. Please feel free to reach out. You can contact me through my many social media sites. I'm on Facebook at Parenting Essentials with Sarah Joseph. I also have a YouTube channel where you can find more videos like this on YouTube at Connect with Sarah Joseph. I'm on Instagram, sarahjoseph.ca, and that's also my website, sarahjoseph.ca. So find me, connect with me, ask your questions. I would love to help you, support you in learning more about essential oils and how you can combine essential oils with parenting tools to effectively bring more connection, ease, and joy into your parenting experience. Um, yeah. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. It was a pleasure to share some of this information with you, and I hope you found it helpful. I hope that your transition back into the school year is a smooth one, and that you'll take some of the information and tools that I shared with you tonight to improve that transition. Okay. Well, that is all for me. I'm going to sign off, and I hope that you have a wonderful evening. Thank you again for joining me.